Oh, hi! Welcome back to Tales from the Chair. I'm Diane. I have some projects in the works, sort of some vlogs that I'm going to be putting up. And I have quite a large yard. I have a garage now. I used to live in an apartment. So my needs have changed, let's say, in regards to how I carry things around. For anyone who's never been in a wheelchair or isn't in a wheelchair, you likely don't think about how you would carry something if you had to use your hands because you couldn't use your legs at the same time, if that makes sense, right? So it's not like I can just carry something like this and walk. I need my hands and arms to be able to push myself. So the way I normally carry things is on my lap. However, there are certain things that's not so easy. Like when I'm in my yard and I want to carry around maybe some yard waste, like leaves and sticks and things like that. You know, you try to pile it up as best you can and it always just ends up back on the ground. I use baskets for a lot of stuff, but there again, I'm out in the yard, it's bumpy. I can take probably 2 pushes before I'm grabbing onto the basket again, and it just kind of slows things down a little bit. So I came up with this idea. Just give me 1 second here. Oh God, let's see this. It's kind of heavy. Okay. Oh. So originally, this was just an idea just to be funny. Just because occasionally I just have ideas that seem funny to me and probably aren't to most people, but I don't really even care. As long as I make one person laugh, including myself, then I'm happy. But then I thought, the more I thought about it, the more I thought, that's not just funny, that could actually be functional. There's going to be some assembly required. Okay, there's going to be a lot of assembly required. But so far, some days I really wonder about myself, the ideas that I have. And what I'm getting myself into here, but I also haven't told my daughter or my grandkids yet. So once you see it, I'll explain to you my plan for that, because it's gonna be pretty funny. I got some accessories for it too. You'll see those eventually as well. You putting 2 and 2 together yet? I really hope that this works, because not only do I think it's going to be absolutely hilarious, and I don't see why it won't work. The picture in my mind is working, but that doesn't mean that it's going to actually work. But if it does, we gonna have some fun. It's not very big, but that's okay too, because to start with, I don't want it to be huge, right? That's what she said. Okay. So here's part of the projects that I was referring to. The rest of them are out on my stoop right now, getting hardened off. These are seedlings, my garden seedlings. There's sunflowers. It's really hard to do that. There's sunflowers right there. Mint, catnip, marigolds, tomatoes, all kinds of pepper plants, jalapenos, bell peppers, whatever. Pro tip, if you've never gardened before or you're getting ready to start a garden and you're just learning, because I just learned this, mint and catnip are invasive. Do not plant them in the ground next to any of your crops. You can keep them in pots next to your crops, which is why I started as many seeds as I did, because they repel bugs. They repel those Japanese beetles that love to come in my house, stink bugs, wasps, flies. None of those nasty creatures like mint or catnip. Again, which is why I planted so many of them or started so many seeds. However, don't forget, they're invasive. So keep them in pots or in their own raised beds, however you decide to put your garden together. Okay? Enough of that. Let's get back to this. My point to telling you all of that about I made it right in the back, about my garden and whatnot, is because that's part of my projects is my garden, which again, this will come in very handy for hauling around dirt, mulch, all kinds of stuff, pots with plants in them, things that are just don't balance well on an uneven lap that slopes forward. So it says to open this up. Whoop. Okay. Take these off. I can't wait. My kids are just gonna shake their heads. I just know it. All right. Here's the basket part. And then, of course, this goes inside of it. Right. Ooh, sorry. This goes inside of it. It even has a little tailgate that goes down for added space, I guess. Oh my goodness, this thing is gonna be so cute. Okay, so here's where the handle goes. Let's see what do we do first here. What do we do first? I think my kid's gonna take away my computer and anything that gives me access to my Amazon account after this. And the accessories. So one of the accessories was a custom made deal that will be here, supposed to be here the 26th. Today is the 20th? I think so, yeah, 20th. Or 21st, 20th. Okay, so we do that first, and then we put the wheels on. How do the wheels go on? Do I have to take these? No, I do have to take these nuts out. So for the back wheels, insert the rear wheel assembly. So what's the rear? That would be where the tailgate is, right? Word. And where the handle, oh no, the rear is where the handle is. You would think that would be the front. So that's where you pull it. Okay. So the rear is where the handle is? Does that make sense? Because it says, open it up, and then it says, insert the rear wheel assembly into the corresponding part of the main frame. And the picture shows the handle bobber right here. So, okay. I guess that's how we do it. This is how we do it. With a 7mm open-end wrench. So I have to take those nuts off. Okay. And the other ones just snap in. Yeah, they do. Woo! I knew I was going to do that. How did I know I was going to do that? This is how we do it. You know I'm just going to drop pieces everywhere for the next hour or so. I have to edit this all down so you don't have to watch me fumble this thing forever. Okay. this supposed to go up or down? It'd be nice if I could actually see it. I think it goes up. Why isn't this going on? That's not... How? Why did they say 7? That's not 7 millimeters. Y'all are freaking losing your minds. Okay, this isn't making any sense to me right now. Is that supposed to go up that way? You know, don't they know that I'm old and can't see for shite? I mean, I can see. Okay, yes, they're supposed to go up that way. Okay. But why does it say 7 when it's actually the 17? Is this why men don't read directions? Because the directions are like annoying and dumb and half the time aren't even right? Yeah, so one of the accessories, like I said, will be here. It's supposed to be here at 26 because it was custom made. And then the other accessories I haven't quite figured out which ones I want yet, but I already know what they are. I'm just working on the style. And yeah. Hold on. Never mind, just my neighbor. Another neighbor mowing. So where I live, I used to live in an apartment in town, and I mean, even my town was small in comparison to, like, it's not a city, right? It's not like a big metropolitan city or whatever, metropolis, whatever you want to call it. I don't know anything about cities, so go ahead and roast me in the comments, because I don't like cities. I grew up in the country. I was born in a town of, like, probably at the time 200 people, 300 people maybe 500, I don't know. Not a lot, okay? And then my parents got divorced when I was 7, and we moved from up north here to Arizona. And we literally lived in the middle of nowhere my entire childhood. And when I say the middle of nowhere, I don't mean like where I live now, where you drive 30 miles or whatever, 40 miles, and then you come across a tiny little town, and then you live in that town, and that's the middle of nowhere, like for your area. No. I mean, from the tiny little town, we had to drive 20, 30 miles of highway, and then 10 or 15 miles of gravel road, and then several miles of driveway to get to my house. And then we usually lived on at least 100 acres. Of course, it was out in the desert in Arizona, but it was still pretty freaking nifty, and I loved it. And it's just in my blood. I can't live anywhere but the middle of nowhere now. So I used to live in an apartment. Okay, there. This is what happens when you ramble on and don't pay attention to what you're doing. Oh, wow, this is really starting off well. Okay, it's already funny, see? Like, I don't even have to hook it up, and it's already funny. So I used to live in an apartment in a town of about 60,000 people. And it was on this small little, like, kind of out of the way road, like a 25 mile an hour, just a little residential street. And really that road is only for the residences that are on that road, which is like my old apartment building and a couple houses, right? It wasn't a cut through. So when I first moved into the apartment, it was very quiet because really the only traffic that was on it was the local residents that lived in either the apartment or the houses. Years go by, And Google and Waze started routing people through that road, which is stupid because it was literally less than 1/8 of a mile long, stop sign to stop sign, and then you had to make a bunch of turns to get back onto the main road. But they started routing people through it as a cut through, as like a shortcut. Good Lord. Everybody's got their motorized stuff out. Now would probably be a good time to go out there with this if I had it all put together. Anyway, so where I live now is technically the country. And I live in farm country, so I'm surrounded by farm equipment and silos and elevators and, you know, all that good stuff. Farm fields and tractors and what have you. But my actual house is surrounded by retired men. I'm not making fun of them when I laugh. I'm laughing at my luck. They're very lovely people, very kind, very giving. Now the four-wheelers are out. You know, just very special people. If I ever needed anything, I literally could go out on my stoop and yell, and somebody would come running, right? Probably, you know, ready to fight, ready to do battle or something. So definitely not making fun of them in any way, shape, or form. I'm just laughing at the irony of me moving to the country, you know, the countryest country that I could move to at the time and get out of that apartment where the cars are speeding by and traffic is nonstop all day once they started routing people through there. And it was an apartment and now I have a house, right? But I'm laughing at how now I am surrounded by at least 3 retired men who are home all day. 9 times out of 10, every single day, someone is mowing, which is fine. But they all have really big yards and it takes them a really long time. So I'm constantly hearing mowers, which, whatever, you know, it's all part of summer. It's not that big of a deal, and it certainly is better than the speeding traffic that I had to listen to in my apartment. But it's just funny. It makes me giggle, which is a good thing too. Nothing wrong with smiling and laughing, right? Use a 7mm open-end wrench and the crosshead screwdriver to tighten the M4 screws and the lock nuts to secure the rear wheel assembly. Oh, okay, sure. These make absolutely no sense. The front wheels, or whatever flipping wheels these are, require, now that I got them actually facing the right way. Wait, now, where does these go? So if those go, ah! Something ain't right. Do these come out? Oh, that explains it. These come out. Okay. Well, you could have told me that. And a washer on either side of it? Yeah, okay. My fingers are too big for this kind of stuff. I may be a girl, but I'll tell you what. I'm a big girl. You know what? That needs to go this way. I'm a very big girl. 6 feet tall. And big hands. Big feet. I wear a size 12 shoe in women's. I didn't always wear a size 12. Originally, I was a 10 before I had my daughter. I mean, I was a size 10 by the time I was like 10 years old. But, and then I had my daughter and I went up to a size 11. What are they doing? They better not be in my backyard. Yeah, so make sure I get this nice and tight so it doesn't rattle loose. It really sounds like they're in my backyard. Hold on. I might need to go throw something at a child. Jokes, of course. I would never throw anything at a child. They're just being kids, but I've discussed with the parents numerous times to please tell them to stay out of my yard. Guess who's gonna be getting a fence? Actually, what I want to do is, since it's really hard for me to mow a lawn, and it's not as if I can afford a riding lawnmower, I want to get a robo mower, and not one of the really super expensive, like $1,200 ones. I don't need anything like that. Plus, I don't want anything like that because my idea is, if I get the one that requires the Why aren't you going all the way down, bro? If I get the robo mower that requires the wires, since I don't have a fence or any sort of border around the edge of my property, if I get the one that requires the wires, which is only like $350, I mean, I say only, I don't have $350 for a robo mower, which is why I'm doing all this to try to make that kind of money. Then I can run the wires back there, and then I can tell my neighbors, like, hey, make sure your kids don't run over my wires for my robo mower, because that's the only way I have to mow my lawn. It's not really the only way. It's the only way I have that I can mow my lawn, that I don't have to wait for my son-in-law or my daughter or my grandson, and I don't have to rely on anyone. I can do it myself, which is what I like to be able to do. Except for times like this when I just want to outsource this to anyone. One of you want to come do it? All right, it's in, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so if I get it, like I said, if I get a robo mower, I think I found one that was like $350 or something. Just start saving up my pennies. It'll take me probably until next summer, but and then that way, because it will go around like my garden beds and my fire pit and, you know, anything else out there. It'll just naturally go. I think it has like what do you call it? Infrared. Because I have a little robo vacuum. He's behind me. His name's Steve. And it's just a cheaper one that my daughter bought me. And when I say cheaper, I mean that, like, it doesn't have an app. It doesn't, you know, whatever. It doesn't map out my living room or whatever. And I don't need all that. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's annoying to me. It does a perfectly fine job with the infrared that it had, the little bumper on it. And I've had that vacuum now for longer than my daughter has had two iRobots, or not iRobots, that's the movie, Roombas. My daughter has gone through two Roombas in the like 5 or so years, might even be 7 years, that I've had this little EUFI, it's some off-brand that she got me. And the only thing I've had to do to it, besides, you know, general maintenance, cleaning it and all that kind of stuff, is replace the battery. And she's had two Roombas literally just die on her. So that's another reason why I just want the little robo mower that, you know, doesn't have any fancy features, but it'll get the job done. And they're quiet. Maybe I'll start a trend, right? You guys. So this should probably face this way, right? I guess it doesn't really matter which way it faces. All right, handle is in. So here's my idea. The the basket isn't inside of it yet, but. I should be able to hook this. Shoot, I snapped it in there. Hold on. Okay. Holy moly. Okay, somebody is mowing out there. I should be able to hook this on to this bar back here and pull it like a trailer. Yes, I will get it on video. See, now this is the other okay, so what I was talking about earlier is that like 3 of my neighbors are retired, so they're home all the time. So they're able to mow during the day, right? But so the retired guys will mow during the day, and then the guys with jobs, who are like the other 3, as soon as they get home, then they need to mow. And I mean, I should have known better than to try to film today, because it just rained for like 3 days, and obviously, now the grass is really high, but it just cracks me up. Okay, so I got these. I'm also mostly just laughing at myself and my stupid ideas that are actually pretty funny. So I got these carabiner, is that how you say it? Carabiner bungee cords. Now, I might be able to just use the carabiner part to hook it on, or I could wrap it around and use the actual bungee part, but we'll see. Let's see if this will even go on there, if it's big enough. I don't know if it's big enough, actually. You know what? It's not. Uh-oh. Okay, so I will have to wrap it through. You mow in my yard? Sometimes they do that just to be nice. So yeah, I think I can just hook it through. Let's see. I hope nobody shows up at my house right now. Not that I care, because obviously I want everyone to see this, because it's going to be really funny. I just don't want them to see it yet. That's the whole point, right? Is I'm going to surprise my daughter and my grandkids. I think I'm just going to like go over to their house with it. Oh my god, it works! Oh my god, watch this. Okay, hold on. I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this so you can see this. I can even back up with it. Okay, hold on. It flippin' works, you guys. Oh my god, it flippin' works. Okay, I gotta turn around the kitchen. Uh-oh. I'm in a pickle. Oh no. I'm stuck. Hold on, I got neighbors out there doing all kinds of I gotta see what's going on. So my house is too small to be able to fully pull that load and make wide turns at like I need to and all that good but I gotta find out what's going on with the neighbors out there, and I gotta put the basket in it. There's like a nylon basket that goes inside of it. The carabiner thing works perfect to hook onto it. So I'm gonna leave one of these on there. You know what, I should put 2 of them on there just in case. Just for added support, right? For if I have a heavy load. I don't know what my gross weight limit is yet. We'll figure it out eventually. It's a smaller trailer, so who knows, right? We'll get it figured out either way. I'm most excited for my daughter to see it, because she's just gonna shake her head at me because she knows I'm always up to some dumb antics. And like I said, I haven't told her yet. So it's gonna be fun when I just pull up in front of her house and I'm pulling a trailer. Guarantee you the grandkids are gonna be wanting to go for rides, but now my oldest grandson, I have 3 grandchildren. My oldest grandson is already about 5 feet something, 5'3" I think. He's almost as tall as my daughter, and he's 10. My middle grandchild is my granddaughter. She's already, and by the way, my oldest grandson's over 100 pounds. He's 110 pounds, I think. So that'd be quite the haul. But this thing's rated for 350 pounds, so he could actually do it, and it would be an excellent workout. That's another reason why I got this, is because it'll be a fun way for me to get exercise. My granddaughter, she's about 4 feet, somewhere around there. She's very tall for her age. She's 6, and she's already like 70 pounds. She's built like a brick, you-know-what house, just like her mima. She's probably going to be tall like me, too. I can just see it. And then my youngest grandson, he's just a little feather. He's the cutest little thing. He'll probably be the one that I pull around the most because he's pretty light. But either way, I'm looking forward to that the most because I know they're going to love to do that. So yeah, now that I've got it all put together, and once I get the basket in it, as soon as I take it outside, I'll show you guys for sure. And lots of content to come with my new trailer.